So the brand new iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max are now available, and I got my hands on both of them. I purchased them both with my own money because I was kind of undecided which one I wanted. But for the sake of this video, what I wanted to do is tell you the 3 reasons why I upgraded from the 14 Pro to the 15 Pro. Number 1, and I think probably one of the most likely reasons that most people will upgrade to this phone is, well, of course, the brand new USB-C. And to me, that was a huge deal, simply because of the fact that everything I have now is USB-C. My computer charges USB-C, my iPad, my cameras, my audio gear. Every single thing that I carry with me on a regular basis is USB-C, and the only thing that's not, or that wasn't, is my iPhone 14 Pro. Now, of course, there's wireless charging, and a lot of people use that, so to some people, they may say, well, I don't really care if it's USB-C or Lightning because I charge it wirelessly. And if that's the case, no problem. But for me, in my vehicle, and in power banks that I'm taking with me, I charge with the cable pretty often. So it was a big deal for me to be able to finally have one cable for everything. No more worrying about carrying around a Lightning cable. So to me, that was a big enough reason to upgrade. But I also said, well, I'm always looking for an upgrade in cameras anytime I can because, well, I do video for a living and I have kids and I take lots of photos and lots of video with my phone, as I'm sure you do too. And one thing I totally agree with is the best camera you have is the one that is with you at all times, and no question about it. The camera that I take the most photos and video with is my iPhone. I have thousands of dollars worth of cameras and lenses and lots of high-end video and audio gear, but more times than not, when I'm on the go, the only thing I have with me is the iPhone. So anytime I can get a little bit of an upgrade in the cameras is a big thing. Both the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max have essentially the same cameras, except for there's a little bit of a telephoto bump in the 15 Pro Max, which gives you a 5x optical zoom rather than fully digital zoom. But for most people, that's not a huge difference. For me, I do like that extra reach in the telephoto because I have young kids who are into sports. And of course, when you're watching them, a lot of times you want to zoom in and get a closer shot of your kid. But if you're digitally zooming in, well, you're basically shooting what looks like a potato. But really, the big reason I upgraded to the 15 Pro Max, and kind of reason number 3 to upgrade in the first place, is battery life improvement. I use my phone for everything. As an entrepreneur, a business owner doing multiple things all the time, I'm using my phone more than any other device, way more than my computer, way more than my iPad. Being able to have a phone that has no problem lasting all day is a huge deal for me. I was pretty disappointed with the 14 Pro's battery life. I don't know exactly if everyone had the same experience as me, but I felt like it was just very lackluster when it came to battery. I found that I was constantly plugging the phone in at 50% battery life by afternoon, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and it was kind of annoying. I was absolutely charging every day throughout the day just to keep it enough to last all day. So I wanted to get a little bit of a boost. The 15 Pro absolutely has a boost in battery life compared to the 14 Pro, but the 15 Pro Max has a significant boost in battery life, and for me, that was one of the biggest reasons I chose the Max over the 15 Pro. A couple other nice features of the new 15 Pros, but not necessarily ones that you would upgrade for, are the action button. I really like the action button. As someone who previously used the Pixel Pro for a little bit and really got used to loving having a dedicated camera button that would open that camera in any app, was really nice. Of course, it's just as easy to swipe to the left when your phone is locked and go right into your camera on the iPhone. But if you're inside any app, it's so nice now that I can just press that button, it instantly goes to the camera, and that's a nice little feature for me. Not something I think you should upgrade your previous phone from, but definitely a nice little feature added inside that. Now, one thing you can absolutely notice as soon as you pick up the new iPhones, whether it's the 15 Pro Max or 15 Pro, is the brand new titanium. The titanium just feels entirely different in the hand. It just feels incredibly smooth. The corners, just the roundedness of it, it is just absolutely beautiful. But what's more unique, and I think a bigger selling point, is the fact that it's actually so much lighter. You've probably heard multiple people talk about this, but the new 15 Pro Max is actually significantly lighter in your hand than the 14 Pro by itself, which is crazy because most of the time I've stayed away from the larger phone because everything about it feels bigger. It's bigger in size, it's bigger in weight, it just feels bulkier, and this actually feels lighter to use than the actual 14 Pro. The 15 Pro by itself obviously feels even lighter than this, but it's just amazing how light they feel, but yet how strong and well built they are. The titanium looks amazing. It just feels so good. The everything about it just feels quality. Obviously, the titanium is also supposed to be built even stronger to protect against drops and all that kind of stuff. To me, that's not a huge deal because I am a person that always has a case in my phone. I don't right now because I'm doing this video for you, but I always have a case and screen protector. So it's not really the end of the world whether it can withstand tons of drops, because the case kind of is my protector for that. But knowing that you have a phone that's a little bit more well built and can equip those kind of things is obviously pretty good. The debate on whether or not to upgrade your iPhone on a regular basis is always going to be entirely up to you. But the way I look at it is that if I can find at least 3 to maybe 5 solid reasons why the upgrade is worth it for me, I'm okay spending the money to get the camera. Obviously, as someone who also does some YouTube content and some reviews and different things, I'm using my phone a lot for just little things like that. And it just is helpful to have the latest tech to be able to talk about and use and test. And so to me, it's worth it more than it might be for the average person. And if you're someone that has the 14 Pro, you might not necessarily see any of these reasons as reasons to upgrade. Obviously, if you're coming from something like the 12 or the 13, you might see even more reasons because you now have the dynamic island, you have a smaller bezel, you have just a lot of things that will feel significantly different than what you're used to. Now with the 14 Pro, obviously a few of those things already existed, but still worthy upgrades depending on what you're looking for. I'm a big fan of any tech that can make my life easier. Things like the iPad I use a ton. If you're someone that uses an iPad a lot or is considering using an iPad a lot, I have videos all about how I use my iPad on my daily basis, and it just is one of those many devices, just like my phone, that help me be more productive as an entrepreneur, business owner, all that stuff. So if you're into any of those kind of videos, check out some of my other videos on those topics. And if you're interested in potentially seeing some more videos on the 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max, comment below. What do you want to see? This was kind of just my initial impressions. I've only had this phone for about 24 hours, and I'm not going to hop on here and act like I've been using it for an extended period of time and I can give you the full in-depth review. All I can say, like most iPhones, is it feels amazing. It's super clean, the best unboxing experience of any company. It's just another iPhone.